footballgameplans.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Mirkovich. That's Emery Hunter's Playbook. We're bringing you an off-season team outlook for the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 11-5, a playoff team in the NFC. They own the 24th overall pick in this year's draft. What do the Eagles need to address? They have a lot of free agents on offense and defense.
Well, I think number one need on defense is safety. You saw what the absence of Brian Dawkins from that team did to the rest of that secondary, and especially the safety spot. They had no playmaking ability in the safety position. They need a safety back there in the worst way. That could be, you look at a Taylor Mays. Do you want to take a chance on Taylor Mays, or do you want a guy, Morgan Burnett, out of Georgia Tech? You look at Rashard Jones, a guy out of Georgia that is a free safety that can also bring the lumber. So he's a free safety that can hit as well as playmaking ability with ball skills. Second, they need a defensive end. You know, they couldn't get pressure on the quarterback at times throughout the season. You need somebody that can apply pressure. You look at a Pierre Paul out of South Florida. You look at a Jerry Hughes out of TCU. You look at a lot of guys. You look at a Carlos Dunlap, even though he won't be around when they pick, but they need somebody that can rush the pass.
Yeah, they need some stardom and depth in that front seven,
right,
especially on that D line. And instead of having these linebackers as full-time players, get some depth in there, have them rotate in. And they just need some stardom and stability and more depth in that front seven.
They also need a linebacker, too. You look at a guy like Sean Witherspoon, they could probably select in a draft. A guy that can apply pressure from the outside linebacker position, smart, heady player, a guy that can hit, a guy that brings a lot of leadership to your defense. And they need that. They need a lot of leadership, and they need a lot of speed. They need some more aggressiveness on that defense. They have to be able to get to the quarterback. Teams were able to gas the Eagles.
And on offense, are they going to address that? Offensive line, they've had some success bringing in guys for depth purposes, but when Jamal Jackson went down their center, that team fell apart. Brian Westbrook's future is in question with all his injuries, but the wide receivers and quarterback, whether it's McNabb, Cobb, they had a pretty good stabilization there.
All they need is a backup running back, I think, on offense. The offensive line, the need they have at offensive line is health. If the Eagles can stay healthy for 16 games, on the offensive line, the Eagles can win 14 games. The problem with the Eagles, they always get hurt. They always get injured. They're in preseason, in mini camps, they always have a devastating injury to a key player on that offensive line or on defense. So health is important to that offensive line. A backup running back is key. I think the wide receivers are fine. They're productive. They can get another guy, another possession guy, if they don't bring a Avant back later in the rounds. A good thing about this draft is deep in running back, deep at wide receiver.
I can see them going linebacker early.
They also need a linebacker as well, too. Like I said, Sean Witherspoon, that would be a guy perfect. They also need a cornerback. They need a third cornerback, a guy that can come in and play some plays. You look at a guy maybe like Javier Arenas. A guy like Patrick Robinson. Do you draft him in the first round? There's some depth. There's some talent. A guy like Lindsey from Kentucky. Vernon from UCLA. So Saquon Thompson, another guy. There's a lot of talent in this draft, top to bottom. This is a great draft. The Eagles are, again, if they can stay healthy, the Eagles are a team that can win 13 or 14 games easy. There's a lot of talent. They just have to stay healthy.
Definitely. For more, visit footballgameplan.com or visit youtube.com/footballgameplan.